Hi, DJ Craig here with www.mydjkj.com. Finding a good wedding DJ for your reception is going to be a critical part and a very frustrating part in your wedding planning and preparation, as the DJ is going to set the tone for a large amount of the reception. He's going to be responsible for announcements, introductions, as well as control of the music. And the DJ is also going to be the deciding point on whether your guests hit the dance floor or whether they're going to sit in their chairs. Now, heavy research is going to be very important. You want to make sure that you're checking out every single types of aspects on how to find a good DJ. Some of those ways are going to be listed here. I'm going to help you figure out what is a good way to find a good DJ. Now, deciding on what kinds of music and specific songs that you're going to be playing at your wedding, your DJs are going to help you do that. A good DJ can help you do these things. A good DJ is going to help you. Not only is he not going to also take care of the actual reception itself or help you take care of that reception, and help set the mood of what you want going on during different times of your receptions, but he's going to help you do a lot of pre-planning. He's going to hopefully give you tools to help you make it easier to decide what kind of music you want, set up your timeline. These are why you want to choose a DJ who does over 50% of their business as a wedding reception, because they're going to have these things available for you. They're going to have an idea of how it's supposed to flow, and they're going to be able to help you achieve these things during your reception and even before, help you in planning and setting your reception all up. Now, if the DJ doesn't have a lot of what you desired, you know, um, you're going to be very disappointed. So that's why it's really important for you to kind of go through and investigate and ask questions and check out his songs and stuff like that. A lot of DJs nowadays do a lot more than just play music. Years ago, you basically have a few hours, like 4 hours. They came in, they just played music, and they left. Now DJs help set a mood not only with their music now, but also with the volume of music, the equipment they're bringing in, the lighting that they're doing. There's a lot of elegant lighting going on nowadays than there ever was back then. Now we have up lighting. We can do monogram projection, table spotting, all kinds of cool stuff. So make sure you get with your DJ and see what he has available, and make sure he has a lot of songs. I've heard DJs say, well, it doesn't matter how many songs you have as long as you have the right songs. That is so untrue. Okay? Each song is a tool, and each thing that a DJ brings, each piece of equipment, whether it's a speaker, a stand, a television, a projector, whatever it may be, these are all tools as well as the songs themselves. So the more tools he has and the better the tools are, the better he can achieve his job and do his job the way it needs to be done. So those are what you're kind of looking for in a DJ, and make sure that he has the temperament, the attitude. Make sure he dresses accordingly. You don't want the DJ to walk in with just blue jeans unless that's what you want. It depends on what you want. There is no right or wrong answers when you're asking questions, but is he going to fit what you want him to do? Is he going to fit your styles, your personalities, and your guests' styles and personalities? Is he going to be fun when you want him to be fun? Is he going to be elegant and use microphone etiquette? All that kinds of stuff. So what is he going to do in order to fit what your needs are? Okay? So one way of finding a good DJ, because it's not something you're doing every single day, as well as planning for a reception is not what you need, and that's why you need a good A-team. A-team is going to be the group of people, the vendors who come together and work together well to achieve a common goal, and that is to make sure that you and your spouse is entertained as well as your guest at your wedding reception. Now, you can ask wedding vendors. These are going to be photographers and videographers, the DJs, the caterers. These are all people who are vendors for your wedding reception. Okay, so by talking to other photographers, if they specialize in wedding receptions, in other words, if they do more than 50% of their jobs is dealing with wedding receptions, okay, they're going to know a lot of people that specialize in wedding receptions. They're going to tell you who they've seen that they thought did a really good job and that the bride and groom was pleased with at previous weddings that they've done. So, you know, by seeing other clients and what they've been pleased with will help you choose who did a good job and who was satisfactory and who went above and beyond and those types of things. So make sure you ask wedding vendors. Don't be scared and don't settle like you don't have to have a wedding vendor to ask them. Just say, hey, okay, uh, upon in the when you're asking your questions, just say, hey, who else have you worked with? Other vendors in the who specialize in this. Who have you worked with that you really liked? And why did you like them? What was the pros and cons? What didn't you like? Did they do anything they didn't like? Everybody's going to have something, and then you know they're going to say, well, I didn't like this or that. How important is that to you? And then when you talk to that person, you can ask them, hey, if this was to happen, how are you going to handle that? You know, make sure that they're prompt and all those kinds of good stuff. So vendors is one way of finding out the DJs and who they are. Of course, you got like internet and you got the yellow book and stuff like that. Yellow book's going to give you a list of people where you can just kind of go through and talk and a phone book. Kind of go through the phone book and see kind of a list of different for DJs and stuff like that. That's going to tell you that they're professional and they do it a lot. If they're not in the book, probably a phone book or something like that, or if they're not on the internet, they're probably not doing a lot of it, and you may not want to deal with them. Or maybe they're not specializing in wedding receptions. I would suggest get somebody who specializes in a wedding reception. Now, when it comes to, hey, I'm going to have a barbecue and I just want a bunch of friends come over and I'd like to have a DJ so we have some music, any DJ could probably do that job and do it sufficient and very well. But when it comes to a wedding reception, you're spending a lot of money. This is a one-time event. This is something that's extremely important. They're going to set the mood. They're going to hopefully keep things rolling. They're going to work as an MC, a master of ceremony. They're not just there to play music anymore. It's really important that you find somebody who specializes in this. If you went to the doctors and you just had a common cold or a flu symptoms or something like that, your common practitioner is going to be okay for something like that. But if you had a hurt foot, a broken bone, a skin rash, you're going to want to see a specialist, somebody who deals with that and knows how to research that and knows exactly what they need to do in order to solving whatever ailments you may have. Same thing goes with DJs. You want to get a DJ who specializes in it. That's why clubs don't hire per se as many mobile DJs as they do for somebody who specializes a DJ who specializes in club venues. Um, or if that mobile DJ does have that experience, that's fine. But my point is you're not going to hire, a club, a nightclub's not going to hire somebody who probably just does this, on the weekends, every now and then, or whatever. He's going to want to try to find somebody who's going to fit his clientele and keep things live and energetic. Okay, so I always suggest using a specialist. Experience is important. Those are all important key factors. Make you a list of what is important to you, the music, the style, okay, and go over that. Other than vendors, we have other ways of finding out. But like I mentioned, we have the phone book, we have the internet. You can do all kinds of just general searches in your search bar, whether you use Google, Yahoo, whoever you use. Just do a search for your state and reception DJs or wedding reception DJs or wedding DJs, whichever, and you're going to come up with a list. You're also going to find that there's actual websites that have speciality in this. They specialize in doing wedding receptions, so they're going to have vendors of all kinds. They're going to have your caterers, they're going to have venues, they're going to have disc jockeys, as well as bands and other entertainers. So those are all things you want to look at. And remember that to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions and keep in communication with them. So now we have all of that, as well as there's also great ways of doing this too. Of sorry, there's also another great way of doing this, and that's by looking up expo centers, wedding expo centers, bridal shows. These are a great way where you can go in and actually talk to 10, 15, however many, depending on how big that bridal show is. But you can not only talk to disc jockeys, but you can also talk to caterers. You can talk to photographers, videographers. You can talk to people who have venues. So it's a great way where you can get a mass amount of information. The great thing that I like about that is, you could come in with a list of questions. You could go to each disc jockey and say, hey, how would you answer these questions? Either ask them and you write it down or just hand it to them. Hey, fill this out for me. Now, a DJ who wants your business will take the time to take care of that. I know sometimes it's chaotic at wedding shows and bridal shows and the wedding expos and all that kind of stuff. but don't feel pushed. If a disc jockey, a vendor, something like that feels like they're pushing you, maybe they're not who you're looking for. You know, it's hard to get to everybody, and we try to make it as quick and easy as possible there. And if they say, "Hey, look, I would love to go over all of this with you, but I'm kind of limited on time today because of all the mass amount of people," set up a time, schedule it in, get to know that person. Make sure you're also asking questions like, "Is this going to be my actual DJ? Will you be the DJ who's going to be doing this?" So money's an issue as well. So make sure when you're talking to your DJ, find out how much they charge and why they charge it, what options they have. You know, if I spend this amount of money, I notice you're a little higher than everybody else. Why? Or you're not quite as high as everybody else. Why? Or I see that you charge the same amount as everybody else. What makes you different than anybody else? What options do you offer me? Um, you know, um, what do you do if you're late? Have you ever been late? Are you going to be my DJ? Are you going to, send a different DJ? How long have you been doing this? How much, why do you charge the rates that you charge? What kind of equipment do you use? You know, make sure that you find out every single one of those things. How many songs do you have? All of those are great questions to ask your DJ. What kind of attire will you be wearing? Will you have anybody helping you? If I was to hire you as my DJ, are you going to allow somebody else to come in and check, to see your show if they're like somebody who's wanting to hire you as well? I never suggest letting any of my brides come or grooms come and check out another wedding reception because it's not my place to invite them. You know, I keep it professional and I let them know that there's videos. And make sure you meet your DJs, make sure you're getting videos on them, whatever you can. Whether you're getting videos online or pictures, make sure you're seeing pictures and videos of their past work history. You know, uh, get names and phone numbers of people who recommend them. Like I said, family members. If you ever been to a wedding before, ask your friends, your family. Um, recently who or the last ones who got married. Say, hey, who was your vendors? Did you like them? Why? Why not? And then ask them for references when you get that. When your disc jockey shows up and you're talking to them, or you talk to them in person at a bridal show, just say, hey, what is your references? Do you have references? Can I actually talk to these people? Would they mind if I talk to them? So these are all great things to look for in a disc jockey, and these are going to help you decide which disc jockey fits you, and that's the important key. Remember, you're looking for the A team. You're looking for people who work together well. So you're looking for a photographer, a disc jockey, a videographer, whoever you're going to have in this. You got to make sure they all work together well, and then that is how you're going to have a successful wedding reception. Once again, I am DJ Craig with mydjkj.com. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll have more videos on how to choose the right DJ coming up, as well as live show events and stuff like that of different shows that we've done. So once again, get subscribed to our channel, and don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think.